Sometimes the trauma could be so deep that it can take years to get over. But what's going on, everybody? My name's Quan. Welcome to my channel where I teach you how to get the life of your dreams and how to level up in every single aspect. Today we have a question on how to overcome trauma. All right, and I'm gonna answer that by giving you guys 3 simple steps or 3 simple tips to get over it. Now, notice how I say simple, not easy, not hard. Obviously it is hard, but the steps are simple. And what you gotta understand first is that when you try to overcome trauma, it's not gonna go all the way in one day, okay? It's not gonna go all the way, sometimes not even for a month, maybe multiple months. Sometimes the trauma could be so deep that it can take years to get over. But in order to get over it in general, you have to work on it, okay? And first and foremost, let me step back a little bit. What is trauma anyways? Trauma is usually, like you get trauma from experiencing disturbing things, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, maybe it's all of that. And people get trauma afterwards. That's why the term PTSD comes up. Maybe you were in the army, or you know somebody who was in the army and you have PTSD afterwards, afraid of getting hurt. But that's what trauma really is. You're afraid of the same experiences to come again. You're afraid of it happening again. That's where people are always traumatized. That's where the word trauma comes from. Maybe in some cases, some people get sexual abuse when they're younger. They got all these childhood traumas, whether it's in the present, from the present, the past. Sorry, not the present, but it's mainly it's all in the past. You can maybe got out of a really bad breakup, and then you're traumatized, and you don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to get rejected. You don't want to get used. Maybe you lost somebody in your family, and you don't want to lose somebody anymore. Either way, I'm gonna give you guys 3 simple steps on how to get over trauma, okay? How to overcome trauma. And I'm gonna put it in a simple acronym for you guys called A.S.K. A.S.K. All right. The first step in overcoming trauma is acknowledging it. Okay. I want you to acknowledge what you're traumatized about. Really, a lot of people, the trauma still sits inside of them is because they're running away from it. Right? That's the last thing you want to do, because you don't want to run away from it. You want to look at the trauma right in the eyes, right in the face, and acknowledge what you're afraid of, what the trauma is, how did you get it, right? What did you experience? What really happened? Okay, and I want you to acknowledge that. Don't run away from it. The first step in getting and overcoming a trauma is by looking at the trauma in the eyes and acknowledging it for what it is. All right, and the second step is by sharing. A lot of people hold up the trauma inside and they don't give it any outlet. One of the best ways to really express and let things out is by sharing. Be vulnerable. A lot of people are afraid to be vulnerable because they think people will look at them weak, but the truth is vulnerability actually gives you strength. So what you got to do is you got to just share it. And you might not even want to, you don't even have to share it to a person. Just write it on paper, journal it down, express it one way or another. Everyone expresses in a different way. Everyone shares in a different way. But the most important thing is that you share it in the first place. Don't hold it all inside here. You have, people in your life that would love to support you and love you unconditionally. So you got to share it with them. And it's just a great way to kind of offset the load, and it helps a lot. So 1, you got to acknowledge what you're traumatized about, or what the trauma was, childhood, past experiences, stuff like that. 2 is share it. A lot of people really hold on to those things, and it deserves to be shared, and it's a great way to really release it, release all that feeling. And the third one, I think this is one of the most powerful ones, and if you implement all 3 of these steps, A.S.K, the last one is know your power. All right, know your power. A lot of people get afraid because they let go of their power. They forget about how powerful they truly are. Don't forget how powerful you are, man. You are here. You are here to make something happen, okay? You are here, share your story. You are here to really acknowledge and be the best version of yourself. That's why you're watching this video to now. Maybe you're new to my channel, but this is what we talk about on my channel, and it's how to level up in every single aspect of your life. And overcoming trauma is a big one, because trauma really holds you back from being the highest version and the best version of yourself. So like I said, know your power. Know that you have complete control of your life. Never feel like somebody else is driving your life, because whenever you try to, you're like, okay, you know what, it is what it is. That's the worst way to think about it. No, life is how you make it. All right, life is how you make it, and it's all gonna be based on your decisions, because your decisions and habits make up your daily life, and your daily life makes up your weekly, your monthly, and your yearly, and your yearly life will make up your life in general. Okay, so know your power. Do not disconnect from the fact that you are alive right now. You had a chance to wake up today. It's another golden ticket every single day that you wake up. Just know every time that you wake up, 150,000 people don't wake up every single day, and you had that blessing, and you got the power to change your life and to move your life in whichever way you want to. So remember and know your power. So let's overview. Let's go back on exactly what 3 steps are. The first one is simply acknowledge. Acknowledge the trauma that you have. Look at it in the eyes and honor it, man. Just look at it and be like, okay, this is what happened, and this is how I feel from it. And number 2 is share it, express it, write it down, journal it, whatever you can do to put it, to express it on paper, or to other people to, give it an outlet. It's much better that way, because whatever you went through, just know that there's a lot of people out there in the world who have already went through what you went through, right? Maybe you get really great advice, or more importantly, maybe you give other people support. Maybe they're in way more worse condition than you are, and you sharing that story and being vulnerable gives them strength, and it gives you strength as well. So share it, okay? Share it, because not only do you need to be heard, but they want to know that there's someone out there that has the same issue, not the same issue, but same trauma, and you both can get over it together, or it's good for the whole world. All right, so share. Whichever way, whatever floats your boat. And the last part is know your power. Don't forget how powerful you are. Don't forget how amazing and how abundant you are. If you have a roof over your head, if you have food to eat every day, and if you're breathing right now, just know how powerful and how great you are already, right? So don't lose that power to trauma. Don't lose that power to past experiences. Don't operate out of history, but I encourage you to operate out of imagination. Think of all the things that you can do, and just be very, very grateful, right? When you're in a traumatic, when you think about traumas all the time, traumatic past experiences, you're vibrating at a very low frequency. But instead, I want to elevate you by telling you, to remember how powerful you are. Know your worth, know your power. And those are my 3 simple steps on how to overcome trauma. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the comment, click the bell so you get notifications whenever I post new videos. And if you've been subscribed and been supporting me for a long time, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for commenting. Thanks for really sending me those generous comments that you do on Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.